All right, back for part two. After taking a closer look, I realized that the high action really wasn't just because of the forward bow, but also because after 42 years of string tension, the bridge itself and the glue and everything has actually pulled a little belly from this piece of maple right here. And it's just a very slight amount, but it was enough to lift the strings up off the fretboard too much, and there was nothing I could do to really adjust the saddle lower because I wasn't getting any string tension on the backside of the saddle. And so my theory was I could put a clamp on it and get the fancy tool and heat it and all that and try to flatten that belly out. But it's such a slight amount. I thought to myself, why not just try to, just lower the actual, just sand down like an eighth off of that entire bridge. So I taped off the whole thing, took it outside, and within a matter of 30 minutes or so, just kind of screwing around, I got it sanded down to a pretty good amount and nice and level, and put it all back together. Oh, and in the process, I found out that it was actually a rosewood with like an ebonizing. It's not actually ebony, and that makes more sense because the seller had said something about dark rosewood, and I didn't know what that meant. So, but in the process of sanding it, I didn't damage the ebonizing right here, so now it looks kind of two-tone, and I don't mind that. It's kind of neat. So I'm probably going to leave it like that for now. But after I got it all back together, I was very happy to see that the action was repaired. Now it's more like a medium height action, which is good for what the kind of stuff that I'm doing. And maybe when I put some lighter strings on it, I might lower the saddle just a little bit more. But now at least I have adjustability in the saddle, and it's so much more playable. It sounds great, and I was really thrilled to get a guitar like this. That's got the. I think this might be baked maple. I don't know if it's baked or if it's stained, but the entire thing, the front and back, the sides, the inside, the top, everything's maple. The headstock on the front is maple, and this nice piece of mahogany. It's kind of like you can almost see how it's kind of like um, hand sanded or something like that. It has those kind of waves in it. So I really appreciate the vintage, wood for the price of $140 and maybe 2 hours of work to get that action down where it wants to be. I had to tighten up the truss rod as pretty much as tight as I dared go to get this thing to flatten out a little bit because it had quite a serious bow in it. So that might be something that'll be remedied by a little bit of a lighter gauge string at some point. Right now it's got 1047 Elixir Polyweb, which are great strings. They sound amazing, but the type of playing I like to do, I like to bend a lot of notes. So I might try some different strings, even a lighter gauge than that, and that'll relieve some of the forward bow off of this. And because I do believe this truss rod is like it feels like it's maxed out. So, anyways, guys, if you have any questions or suggestions, please post them up. And thank you very much for watching.